Actually have the pick and ban already starting, so we have Backflip and Twisted being the bans. Backflip being a map that notoriously has been the decider. Edge, a map that had 45 DNFs throughout this middle stage event. Tempest is the first pick from Split, and then we had Edge being the first pick from Solary.
To get started here on our first map, that being Edge, a more mini RPG style track in essence, with plenty of transfer jumps that you see right here already in our map preview. That transition from a very, very low jump to a ramp, and then this transfer is also very, very important. About a 270 km/h approach, and then the reverse here before dropping down. It is Pack, epos, carljr, razii, a situation which could net them a round victory for now on this opening round. epos bonking at the very, very edge of the transfer, trying to go for a move against Pack, but Pack is going to be retaliating instantly to retake the lead away from his fellow countryman Carl. Pack in third place and first place respectively. It will be the victory for Team Solary with the 104.711 to start off.
Pack and carljr certainly like it here as well, as they will go into the finish here. And let's take a look onto the times. carljr will clock in a 0.79 and Pack drives a 0.86. That is roughly 0.8 away from the world record, so not the fastest pace, but it's enough to do the work.
epos trying to make a move on Pack, but it did not really work out this time. It won't work out this time either, as Pack has the leading gap to really manage the race from his second place and make sure that it is the very, very first ace. I spoke way too soon. The entry was completely messed up on the side of Pack. Did not get the proper angle to get the wall hug that you need to send you right that right-hand corner, and thus epos will be able to get 1 point out of that particular round. And yeah, that was a second ace for Solary that was getting denied there.
The sponsor banner, and it seems like carljr and Pack will take it if they survive it, but it's too early to say. We have seen a mistake from Pack, but also a good time from Carl in the last one, and let's see if they can replicate the mistakes or the good times. I do think it will be the good times, and also map 1 being done, a 0.5 and a 0.6 from Pack and Carl, and there you go. 4 rounds and map 1 is over. Solary winning their first pick. Tempest is not a map that it's kind of comparable with Cosmos, because you can push a lot. Maybe the gears are a bit different on that map, but here you can see the identity where you have to flip. And also with icy tires, it's harder to control your car in the air. And if you jump too far up, you're gonna get a slow-mo effect. So this was the pick from Split, and let's see if they can redeem themselves. They look very strong here, but we already see the first mistake from the red team. It is epos completely making a mistake and is 3 seconds behind. Goes for the double respawn, and also we see 2 slides out here. Pack and razii both sliding out. Only carljr, the only player left alive, and carljr winning the round with a 108.86, being 0.6 away from the world record. Pack on third, and epos is getting last. So very messy round. A lot of mistakes have happened, and Solary taking another victory.
Pack's first place, as we're currently still following the perspective of carljr, giving us a good perspective of what's happening up ahead. Pack still leading at the splits ahead of razii and epos in second and third, and it looks as though the Englishman has got this round under lock and key. Wow, Carl going solo at the first of the 2 identity jump spins right there, still going neck and neck with the split duo. My goodness, perfectly judging the rotation and sniping both razii and epos for second position, and thus getting the ace with a 0.245 on the side of Pack. We're only 2 rounds in!
But right now, he needs to rely on his teammate razii, who has a very good backward section, also good turnaround. But after seeing those identities from both Pack and carljr, I do think it will be very hard to beat them, but we see Pack with a mistake, having to respawn. carljr, however, still in the lead, and we're gonna check in on Pack in a second as he gets overtaken by epos. But let's see, what time will carljr drive? Just a 0.45, not too bad, not too bad. Pack had to respawn again. epos will get third by the looks of it. Yes, he will, and Pack on fourth. So that is the first draw of this matchup.
Pack, epos, Carl, 1, 2, 3. Carl managing to finally get third place secured for the time being, as razii is going to have to try and pull out all this stuff to catch up. That was such a close trigger to the checkpoint as well, with the right rear on the side of razii carrying a lot of longitudinal speed for the first jump spin, but it's not really going to pay off, as Carl is now making a move on epos for second position. Can epos retaliate? The answer is going to be a no, as Carl manages to get the better landing from the last jump. 0.434 from Pack. Carl 3/10 down, just a few hundreds ahead of epos, but it's the second ace here in this.
They have to perform. They need to get that ace in this round to have a chance to win their map pick. But it looks like carljr is long gone. razii with good speed, but carljr has to be beaten by both epos and razii, but it doesn't seem to be enough. epos jumping so far again, having a good approach and a good amount of speed, but still traveling so much distance. And I don't think it will be enough though, because Carl Jr. will win the round. Pag had to respawn, but as I said, one member is enough in this case. You can play it not like rather consistent. I mean, Pag made a mistake in this way, but Carl Jr. winning the round, so it is done, a done deal, and Solary leads 2-0.
So yeah, indeed, Cosmos, a map that we've alluded to a little bit beforehand, with a top-down point of view identity that we'll get to see maybe here on this particular presentation.
We see the world record from Gwen being a 1:12.886. That is a very good time here from Gwen. It is 10 seconds from checkpoint before the identity towards the ending. So that is a kind of reference point that you can just take into consideration.
Try to scrub the tires as much as possible so you can regain the grip as soon as possible. And now to the identity, the S chicane through this top-down section. Epos, Carl, and Pak. It will be Epos, Pak, and Carl in that order, and Epos signing a 1:13.411, 1/10 ahead of his fellow compatriot, and it will be a draw to kick things off. Exit is very, very important as it conditions this little chicane before the reactive boost part, which follows at 90 right, and now into the start of Sector 3. This drop down onto the plastic there, and a huge clip by the right rear of Carl Jr., forcing the Canadian to respawn. Epos gets promoted up into second position as a result of this mishap from Carl. Pak still ahead by quite a ways, 103.125. We could be headed for a 103.0 if Pak manages to get a sub 10-second identity. Will this be the case at the finish line? The answer is a yes, with a .944 signed by the Englishman ahead of Epos by 0.6 of a second. Carl Jr. in third ensures the victory goes the way of Team Solary.
And Pak is so far ahead. Look at that, 50.25 as a checkpoint there. And let's see what his checkpoint before the identity will be. Very good line there from Pak. Can he beat it? It is a 103.11 with a very good identity. Maybe he can, but Epos and Carl Jr. are battling down for second position. Carl Jr. is right now getting overtaken. Good drift there. Epos will still stay ahead. Pak with a mistake. Epos will overtake. Razii will overtake as well. And it will be the first victory for Split.
And so he will be kind of penalizing himself in that Sector 3 as he's finding himself 4/10 down from the leader and a further 1/10 down from Carl Jr. as we see Pak crossing with a .192 once again coming onto the identity. Will he be able to right the wrong of the previous round here at the final corner? Carl under threat from Epos for second position. The answer is going to be a no. .057 for Pak, winning ahead of Carl Jr. by 4/10, managing to stay ahead for just a few hundreds, but just enough to guarantee the ace. It is 10-4 for Solary at the end of map 3.
Wow, what a great performance from Pag on this map, just setting 1:13 load times if we exclude that one mistake where he was probably risking
112.9s even.
Yeah, when he wanted to risk it there, and also that 112.9 from him. So great job. Pag looking very, very good on this map. Also Carl Jr. on there. And now we go to a map, Valley, which is loved by Berlin International Gaming, who we're gonna see after that playing against Alliance. So this is also a very cool map, very nice scenery here as well, but also an identity that is not that easy because you have a kind of unique effect combination that you have to take, jump through those gates where you're gonna reset into freewheel, and then you have to do a 180-degree turn, and there you go.
And now onto Sector number 3, jumping there over onto this very, very tight box slide section. A little bit of a wall touch maybe that was just a little bit of an optical illusion on the side of Carl Jr. Moving up into second place, Epos leading by about 0.4 of a second through the identity. The first goalpost jump passes clean for the top 3. Epos still leading by about 0.4 of a second. Heading into the second jump, Epos manages to get a low line on the landing, but does not manage to make it stick, and thus gives up the round win and gifts the ace on a silver plate to Solary with a .247. That could have been such a stout time from the Englishman as well, from Epos. Could have been a 107 in my book.
His teammate Razii makes a mistake, but let's take a look into the checkpoints here after this turnaround. He had a .20 beforehand, and it seems like Epos lost a bit of time, but still looking quite strong. At .39, Pak came closer, but still this could be another great time from Epos as he jumps so close there. Pak making a mistake himself and has no speed. Razii will overtake him here, and we see the fight, Carl Jr. versus Epos, but Epos is too far behind to get overtaken with a mistake. But Razii now with a respawn. Let's see the time from Epos. What time will it be? Just a .05, just 7 thousandths away from the world record. Yeah, why not? Insane time there from Epos, and I do think that he can perform really well on this map, but he also needs his teammate, who was 7 seconds behind in this round, to perform, that they can win their second map.
Rounds in, but unfortunately, it's not quite enough for the Croatian to really be able to make a significant impact on the outcome of the rounds, and unfortunately, case in point, realistically, as we see Epos and Carl going toe-to-toe, wheel-to-wheel for the lead in this round, with Pak a little bit further behind. I think as a more of an independent adjudicator and even further removed from that scene due to that bug slide, which looked a lot slower than it first seen. 7/10 of a second conceded as Carl makes the first move through the first part of the identity. Doesn't really make it work quite far, and epos barely grazes the wall, slowing him down just enough to warrant a respawn. Gifting yet the second ace here for Solary with a .308 on the side of Carl, 3/10 ahead of Pack. One ace left to make this a clean sweep.
Players were comparing their PBs beforehand, but what eventually matters is the consistency. Pack and carljr have that ongoing, but also they have insane Cincy. You can win the occasional round, even with a world record, but that doesn't win you a match or a map. So carljr quite far ahead. Also, Razii will survive, so he will seal the deal and at least get his team 1 point. But Solary now only in need of 1 point. Or maybe it will be 2, depending if... What is... Why? Huh?
That's odd.
Okay. Wasn't Razii just on his way to the finish like this, and then he respawned? Or what happened?
I wonder if he felt like he did not have enough speed to actually make it to the finish line. Because it's all freewheel. For this long left-hander in the dirt where you managed to slow down quite significantly there. Now onto the jump into this tight bug slide, going a little bit too out on the side of Pack, but the scenario is a little bit more palatable on the side of Team Solary with carljr especially. 4/10 clear of epos, making his way through the identity and barely clipping the side of the first goalpost, so that will for sure seal a victory and potentially gift the ace. Third ace being gifted away on the side of pass lead to Solary. What the time will be for carljr. It is indeed a new world record. I was being pointed at that time by my fellow co-caster Kai, but yeah, 1:07.916, and it's only match 1 of day 1.
carljr ending it there with a very good time, so GG's to Solary. What a great performance from carljr and Pack there. Just finding the right formula between pace and consistency.